Got our hands on the transcripts of Hunter Biden's deposition, and it is a doozy. Investigators asked, why did every member of your family get paid by the Chinese? Uncles, nieces, granddaughters, sisters-in-law? Hunter says, no. For example, my Uncle Jimmy, Joe Biden's brother, he wasn't in business with me or with China, even though his name was on all the documentation. Quote, I wanted my uncle to be an advisor to me, so I sent money to him. That's some advisor. The Chinese were getting arrested, and their first call, you know, the one where you get when you're in jail first time, was to Joe Biden's brother, Jimmy. Just an advisor. I wonder what kind of advice Joe Biden's granddaughter gave to Hunter to deserve thousands in cash. Very interesting corporate structure. Hunter's in business with China, and everyone else in the Biden family is Hunter's advisor. Cool. Well, then Hunter was asked, well, why was your father, Joe Biden, when he was vice president and after, showing up to all of your business dinners with Russians, Ukrainians, and Chinese? He says, I wasn't conducting business when I had those meetings. My dad stopped by because it was my actual birthday. All right, so Hunter's in his 50s, and he has a birthday party. Doesn't invite anyone from his family, his woman, his kids, or his friends. He invites Russian billionaires and Kazakhstani tycoons. Oh, and his dad happens to stop by to celebrate his birthday. Well, what did your father talk about with all of your suspicious-looking rich foreign business partners? Hunter said all his dad did was have a Coca-Cola and a bowl of spaghetti. Son, happy birthday. Who are all these people? Well, this lady's from Moscow, Dad, and I'll be driving home in a new Porsche. Hunter had a lot of business meetings where his dad stopped by. Those aren't my words. Those are Hunter Biden's words. He says, quote, I was in New York City and was having lunch with some of my business associates, and I said, hey, Dad, come by for lunch. Who wouldn't do that? We went from Joe Biden didn't know anything about Hunter's foreign business to Joe Biden had dinners and lunches with Hunter's foreign businessmen. Why wouldn't he? Hunter then said, yep, my dad's the big guy. The investigators then asked Hunter, well, what about when you threatened the Chinese to pay you millions of dollars and your dad was in the room with you and you said he'd be very angry if they didn't pay up? Hunter said he sent that text to the wrong Chinese guy. But that's quite a coincidence because the next day he got wired $5 million. That would mean some random Chinese guy got a text from Hunter who he didn't know, and the next day wired him $5 million, even though he didn't have his wiring instructions. Okay? What about the diamonds the Chinese kept giving you and you kept losing? Well, Hunter said it probably wasn't even a diamond, it was just a stone. So the Chinese bought $23 million in diamonds, gave it to Hunter, and Hunter didn't think it was worth anything and threw them out. Okay? But then he says that's the way the Chinese do business. Quote, it's business culture in China. When I first received the diamond, I thought it was an extravagant gift. We gave Mr. Yi a Magnum bottle of, I think, Scotch, 67 Macallan, that ultimately was worth far more than the diamond he gave us. Okay. We spoke to American business executives who've done business in China for decades. Not a single one of them said they've ever been given a diamond or a stone. And does Hunter even have a receipt for the Scotch he gave the Chinese? No. Probably like Fannie, paid cash. New York Post columnist Miranda Devine joins us now. This is Fannie Willis level testimony, and I love it. I just want to see it live on video. Can we do that, please, Congress?
Well, look, I think Hunter Biden wants to do that. He's doing a documentary. He knows that he's become a bit of a celebrity. But look, what his testimony did was embarrass, humiliate his father, the White House, all the Biden campaign spokespeople who lied to us from the beginning about everything that we were reporting from the laptop, and particularly to the media that has carried water for Joe Biden and gone along with the lie that he had nothing to do with his son's business dealings. And, you know, over the last year, we've had all these former business partners of Hunter come forward and say there were meetings and there were breakfasts and there were lunches and dinners and speakerphone conversations with these foreign clients who were giving Hunter and his family millions of dollars. And they all poo-pooed it. They said there's no evidence. And here's Hunter Biden himself admitting it, quite freely saying, yeah, sure. I mean, he did have memory lapses at crucial moments, you know, like the diamond and like various meetings, and he can't remember the big guy emails, and he can't remember some of the money that came through. But he still admitted enough that shows that we have been spot on, and so have you, so's Fox and the New York Post have been spot on with our reporting from the beginning, and we've been traduced and censored and treated like idiots by the rest of the media, and they now have egg all over their face because Hunter Biden himself has admitted the truth about all these meetings and Joe's involvement in his son and his brother's influence peddling operation.
I love it. He just testified under oath, my dad is the big guy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
yes.
It's over. Probably not. He's going to get away with
They've
everything,
denied
but come on. It's too good. It is too good. Miranda, thank you so much.
Great.
And thanks for all your very aggressive reporting on this. You and the Post have really driven this story home.
Thanks, Jesse.
It's not about justice, it's not about agenda, it's not about mobilizing people, it's about dialing for corporate dollars. These two parties have sold the U.S. government and the American people to the highest bidders.